And developers, you have got to be connected to your community. You have to be connected. And that leads us to our topic, and we're going to go
Yes, it
ahead and
does.
jump into this. We need to address a white elephant in the room, and that is in direct relation to where we're streaming from VRChat. Because unless you have no idea what VRChat is like or the community is like, you know exactly what we're about to talk about. We do need to give a disclaimer, though. Go ahead.
We are in no way, shape, or form taking a side. This is not what the forum's about. We're here to discuss everything about a topic.
Yes.
So we are not taking a side. We are not going to slam VRChat or anybody against it. We're not here to call out or
Yeah.
act a fool.
Yeah, this is not a dunking
We're here
session.
to discuss.
Yes.
It's not a dumping session. We're here to discuss.
Right. And we respect the fact that any or all of you have strong opinions over this. We have
Absolutely.
we have personal opinions as well. However, Studio Blue is about teaching, and we feel that what has been happening with VRChat is a fantastic way to teach you developers about interacting with your own community. So
Right.
let me just,
we are turning this into a teachable moment for you guys.
yes. So here's what happened for those who don't know. Recently, VRChat, and by recently I mean this week, VRChat has rolled out a security update using EAC. EAC, Easy Anti-Cheating. It is used specifically in competitive games like League of Legends, etc., to stop people from running modified clients that could potentially give them an edge in that competitive game. Why is VRChat doing it? Well, because a lot of VRChat users use modified clients to connect to the VRChat application. And the VRChat application by itself has not the quality of life things that are necessary for a lot of people in the community, people with disabilities, color blindness, mobility issues, etc. So these modified clients are used often by members of the community to access and play in VRChat, whether they're on desktop or VR. That's not relevant. However, people also use modified clients to access VRChat for nefarious reasons that could allow them to hack other users, reasons being able to crash client crashers, used by
the crashing,
used by offenders, to do nefarious things with people under a certain age. Those modified clients that can allow people to be easy of access to this application and be with the people they care about, their friends and communities, are also used by people with ill intention. So VRChat said, enough, we're going to implement something that is going to stop modified clients. That's the main thing they're trying to do. And they're trying to do it in order to circumvent this whole issue.
Right. And yes, Tron, client crashers are super common, unfortunately.
That is one of the reasons why when Studio Blue gets on here, we're here just with our fans, just with our community. We don't get on public servers, public rooms at all.
No, we don't.
For that very reason, because you never know if someone else is running a client that could harm your account or whatever. However, this EAC has caused this using EAC, which, yes, it can be circumvented rather easily by someone in the know. EAC also causes other issues. One of them is quality of life issues with frame rate. I have noticed my frame rate is not as good as it used to be. It used to run at a steady 80 frames per second. Now, let me see. I'm currently running at about 40. But that's an issue for VR.
It slashed the frame rate in half for VR users.
Right. So because of that, the fallout about this has been exceptionally high. A lot of people have been understandably angry, right, Teal?
Yes, they have been. Simply because nobody was warned. Nobody was told.
Yeah.
It just, here it is, it happened, boom. They launched it and nobody had any warning. And I'd say that for the first day, people were really confused. They thought something was wrong with their systems or something was wrong with their connection. And, you go through a lot of troubleshooting for that. And then just to find out that the program itself, VRChat, is the one that did it.
Right. Or if you're one of the people who knew it was coming ahead of time, because not all VR chat players are plugged into the community. They just get on and play. We found out because of a
Mhm.
member of our community, a member of Studio Blue, Jay Sherbert, who is a part of the wider VR chat community. So we didn't even know until someone else told. So for
Yeah.
us, it would have been like, why is our frame rate sucking? For
Mhm.
these people, they found out from a blog post or a post on the
Yes.
Discord and suddenly felt massively disenfranchised. And that's understandable, especially if you're someone with a disability that requires some
Yeah.
kind of quality of life.
Yes. Yes. So, no one was told about this ahead of time. No input was solicited, which I think is standard practice.
Mm,
If you're going to do a major change to your client in this
it
way,
should be.
you need to you should consult with your constituents, the people who use it.
hmm
But that one didn't happen.
No,
That didn't happen.
no. A lot of people have left the application. Either they're threatening to or they already have. They're going to other VR chat
Mhm.
competitors. A
Right.
lot of people have canceled their Plus subscription. So there's been fallout. So
Yeah, there's been basically what you call a walkout.
yeah,
We're going to vote with our feet. We're going to vote with our wallets.
yeah,
So folks have left.
yeah. All of this that we're talking about was to give you guys a backstory to what we're going to talk about. And it's kind of funny that HawkZombie piped in with that, because
Yes.
that is the crux of what we're advising. And this is all of you all out there,
Mhm.
whether you're doing a small game, a large game, an online game, or whatever, you need to talk to your community.
Yeah.
It's not just about your game once your game has a community. Yeah, you alone decide what goes into your game. No one else gets to make that decision. Don't do a Star Citizen, you know. But if you're going to do something that's going to impact your player base, your community, that communication is key.
Yeah, it is. And I see KB's counter argument. You don't want the community to know about that anti-cheat ahead of time because they don't want cheaters to adapt on day one. I understand that. But I think in this situation, though, we just look at the situation. It's more than just an anti-cheat. Unfortunately, this thing that they implemented affected a lot of quality of life.
Yeah.
A lot of programs, clients that people relied on to interact in the community.
It disenfranchised a huge chunk of their
Hmm.
community, which is the reason why all the rage is coming out. They did put out a post yesterday, and they put out a roadmap today, I believe, about
I think the roadmap was put out
yeah.
today.
And in it, they're saying, okay, so all the stuff that you guys need for like disability updates, quality of life, etc., all of our other
Mhm.
updates to VRChat are put on the side. This is given top priority. So they've responded, but they didn't need to do this. Some people are even saying it's too little, too late.
Yes, yes, that is the sentiment in several quarters.
Yeah,
That it doesn't matter what you do at this point. You done messed up, boss.
yeah,
That's their feelings on the matter. You messed up big time, and we're not about to let you off the hook because they feel that this is something that VR chat developers should have addressed
yes,
before releasing it.
absolutely.
Okay,
And
and I understand that. I do. I get it. As far as the second thing and what KB said, they don't want cheaters to adapt on day one. It honestly, how many cheaters are going to adapt on day one? Think about that.
yeah, and if they really
I-
want to cheat, you're never going to stop a hacker. If a hacker truly wants to hack, they're going to. We talked about this during our pirating video. If a person
True.
truly wants to pirate your game, they're going to do it. You cannot stop it. All you can do is mitigate the damage. And in this instance, their attempt to mitigate the damage was done at the expense of a massive part of their community.
Mhm.
And let's just go ahead.
I go ahead, but I'm just going to say that I don't think that they took into account just the balance between preventing cheaters versus our community access. I just don't think that was taken into account, because if it had been taken into account, I feel sure the developers would have thought, this community accessibility is a lot bigger than the pool of cheaters that's going to cheat on day 1 or 2.
100%. Now, as KV says, that's the next point I was going to get into. KV says, it makes me wonder just how aware they are of their community. And I think to me, that's the issue.
Yeah.
And a number of people in the community who are part of the disenfranchised have said VRChat's developers never listen to its community. Now, I don't know if that's an absolute. I don't know if the word never is the right word to use. But obviously, if players feel that way, then there is some kernel of truth to the VRChat developers not listening to members of their community, whether it be part or whole. And
that's a problem.
And I think that is the issue that Steel is seeing, is that, again, the community and the developers, either whether it's regardless of how big it is, regardless of the magnitude, there's a disconnect. And developers, you have got to be connected to your community. You have to be connected. That means that if you have a community forum, whether it be on Steam or your Discord, keep in touch. What does your community need? What does it want? What is it saying? You don't have to follow every request. We've bitched for a while that VRChat needs to have the ability to toggle the grip button for VR players, so that when we pick up a damn sword or a weapon, we just click it once and then we can shoot and play.
Right.
They may never do that. And you know what? It's up to them to decide whether or not they find that's important. And we can decide whether or not we want to play. But that's not the same as the developers going, okay, these people with real life disabilities are having a hard time playing our game unless our game is modded.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. When you ignore that, that's a problem. And I think that's what we're seeing is the crux of the matter, is that separation between community and developer.
And that is a very sad statement, since VRChat was initially developed to bring people together into a shared community, and to see the shutout already occur. There, as Steel said, wow, there's a big disconnect there.
Yes.
And if it's true that the developers just aren't paying attention to their own forums, that shame on them, because we know, Steel and I have been preaching to you guys that acquire that devs, you need to listen to your community. Just to see where things are. Take the temperature, take the pulse of your community.
Do that. Communicate regularly with your player base. If your player base is an extended community and it's a community with people who have certain needs, listen to them. Listen to them. Now, again, you may not be able to do everything. You can't make everyone happy. But if you're listening, if you're communicating, if you're saying, okay, those of you who are colorblind, we understand that's a problem. We're going to try to figure out a solution. Those of you who have mobility issues, we're going to work out a way that you can continue to play our game. You do that, and you talk to them. And then when you have a massive update like this one, guys, we have to patch the security. There's too many bad clients. Bad people are doing bad things with our software, and we can't have that. We have got to get rid of this thing, whatever that is. That's a huge hole in our security. I come from an InfoSec background in IT. Security is extremely important and can never be overdone. And it's an absolute, but it's how I feel. We have to do this huge update. We want to work with you ahead of time, all of you. We want to pool together all your feedback, and we want to find a way that once we've implemented this, you can continue to play at the level of comfort you have. And then you do it on a beta branch until it doesn't crash your game. Then you push production.
That's it, 101. It's interesting. Hawk brings up a good point, though, that a lot of devs don't realize that they need to just subscribe to discussion boards about their game. Interesting.
Yeah.
That devs don't realize that. It's very interesting.
For all the good that Steam is, Steam does not give developers the tool to do anything other than publish their game. Once it is, it's really up to the developer to continue to be a part of their community. A lot of people you can by default just put a game on Steam and then walk away, one and done son, and that's just not good. Not good.
Well, Steam is just all it is just a platform.
Yeah.
For games.
It is.
It wasn't built to be an all-in-one dashboard, an all-in-one community. And so we've had to, and I wish they would, but that's a topic for a different day.
You can tell they try to. They fail, but they try to.
So a lot of devs are turning to Discord, and Discord actually has risen in popularity and value in the last couple of years because it has it is recognized as a very good place to come together for community.
Absolutely.
And at first, it was just gamers, but with the pandemic, a lot of people did turn to Discord.
100%.
And it is now a very flourishing platform for communication.
I mean, everything that you can do under the sun can be done on Discord. It is equal to things like Slacker and WhatsApp. Slacker.
No, it's Slack. Slack and WhatsApp and Signal.
Right.
But yeah, at this point, 2022, I just scratched my head. Devs, use Discord, use some kind of platform, use some kind of forum to connect with your community. And I just find it amazing that there are so many devs out there that still don't know this.
It does seem rather mind-blowing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
However, kind of wrap this up. On the community level, from the start, you need to be plugged into your community and your player base. If VRChat had done that, even half that effort, this wouldn't be happening. There'd still be people angry.
Sure.
But the majority of people wouldn't feel disenfranchised, and Studio Blue wouldn't be doing a damn video on it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this is one of those use cases.
Yeah.
What not to do.
So, VRChat, if you're watching this, hope you've learned. All other developers who are part of the Studio Blue community, or are not, please take a hint from this. Talk to your community, talk to your players, keep your finger on the pulse of your player base, and don't make huge changes, emergencies aside, unless you've at least talked to people.
Yeah.
All right.
That's pretty much the takeaway here.
Damn straight it is. We'll be doing that with Blue Ghost. You guys do that with every project you have. And if you like what you saw, leave a smack down the like button below, subscribe to our channel, consider supporting us on Patreon, connect with us over social media, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you next time.